Hello, and this is all of the artwork I made in the last month, give or take. So the first one I made is a anglerfish, which I like this one. I feel like I improved on my shading, which is a good thing, because that's what kind of my goal for this one was to improve my shading. And yeah, the background, I did a typical gel print. It looks okay. I feel like I could have done better, but yeah. Yeah, there's really not much I can talk about, so moving on. The next one is Aniloclaris. It's a fish, well, not a fish. It's an animal that lived during the Cambrian period. So it was alive 500 million years ago. So it's older than trees and, sharks. I improved the shading. I feel like I might have overdid it a tiny bit. And the actual background I liked. You can tell I did a new print, which is the rubber print that I carved out. It's supposed to be a crystal. It looks more like a hand, but yeah. And that is the end of this book. We're going to finish the paint book, I guess. And moving on to the next one, the owlfish. Finding a reference image of these guys were difficult, not just because they're a deep sea fish, because of, I think I found a ton of AI image. Which, yeah, it's not fun. Anyways, this one kind of messed up the main creature itself. I might paint it again in the future. Background, tried a bunch of random stuff, and ones and zeros, coding and all that. Yeah, it just looks messy. I feel like I could have done better. The next one, the viperfish. Fun fact about these guys, the tooth, it is so long that it can't fully shut its mouth anymore. So, yeah. So the actual creature itself, I feel like I got a bit messy at the end, but I don't hate it. Probably going to paint it again in the future, but yeah. The background, I feel like I did too many. I feel like the colors are too similar, so they kind of just blends in. But outside of that, it looks okay. Like I said, this. Then the next one, the Gulper eel, which this was my second attempt. The first one I tried something different and messed it up. So yeah. So starting off with the background. The background I like, base I did solid pink color. Well, not solid, but you get the idea. And I did a print of the same crystal hand. Did a black print since it did pop out a tiny bit. And then I did like a bluish violet for the next, which looks good. The Gulper eel itself, I did a different pose than I normally try to draw them. A bit more of like an eating pose, but yeah. I feel like I messed up the shading a tiny bit. Got a bit too messy at the end, but yeah, it looks okay. Yeah. The next one is the Fangtooth Fish, which is a really funny name to say. Fangtooth Fish. Yeah, anyways, getting to the point. The main guy, again, you're going to hear me say this a lot. I feel like I messed up the shading on, but it's okay. I think it's the colors. Yeah, I feel like I didn't really do a good job on the coloring for this one. The background I do like. I do like the background. The only problem I have with it is the grid pattern I made, which looks okay, but yeah, I just don't like it. I like the coloring and all that, it just looks great, which you can see for yourself, it looks okay. The next one is the pika fish, which is another animal that lived during the Cambrian period. In this one, I feel like I got back to doing better shading. Again, coloring. I feel like I could have made the tail a bit more popping color. Probably added a bit more blue-green to it or a yellow, but neither way, it looks good. I just think it's a bit boring. The background itself, I did a bit similar. Just got red and black and just made it messy. And I just took carved a new rubber print. This one looks a bit more proper, crystally. And, just slapped it on there like 6 or 7 times. And yeah, it looks, again, pretty good. I like the background. Definitely going to try this again. Maybe make it a bit more complicated, but yeah. The next one, the stubby squid. This little cute guy is a real animal and it lives at the bottom of the ocean. It buries itself in the sand, pops out, attacks prey. That's basically all you need to know. They just look derpy, which that's why I picked it. I actually forgot the second layer of white to the eye, which, in my opinion, I think it made it look better. It makes it look high, which, I don't know, I just think it makes it look funny. Background, I kind of tried this something similar with the Fangtooth fish, but a bit different, you can see. And I like it. I just like this one. I might touch it up a bit on Canva or something, and yeah. Next one, I am not even gonna try to pronounce the name of this guy. He's another creature that lived during the Cambrian period. And this guy is a, well, squid-like animal. All we know is it looks like a squid, but probably not a squid. So yeah, that's kind of all we know about this guy. The main subject itself, I don't hate it. I feel like it doesn't really match well with the background, but yeah, moving on to the background. The background itself, I like it. Probably one of my favorite backgrounds I've done with the gel prints. I feel like when I actually make stuff messy on purpose, it looks better than me doing it by accident. This model was purposely trying to make it messy. It reminds me of Camo. So yeah. Moving on to the next one. This is probably my mom's favorite. The Sea Bunny. So yeah, the Sea Bunny, well, it's a slug that lives in the ocean. That's all you need to know. Yeah. And this guy looks adorable. In real life, they're not blue-green, they're black and white, but still, I changed the color so it won't be boring. That's basically all you need to know. Yeah. The background, it's plain, because I just like the coloring I picked for it, and I didn't want to actually screw it up, so I was like, you know what, screw it. I can just do the background again later, and then try that again. The background, I just like it, like the coloring I picked, so I was like, yeah, I'm not gonna ruin it, so hence why I kind of stuck with the background that's like half done. Now to the next one, the garden eel. This little guy is a eel, kind of in the name. And these guys, you probably see them in aquariums, fish tanks. I'm just gonna say fish tanks all the time, because these guys are the eels that pop out of the sand and kind of just wiggle around, which I kind of hence why I drew it like that. This one was what's the proper wording? A absolute pain to cut, because yeah, and color. Mainly color, because I did a bit of salt on there just so I can make a bit more spot pattern. It didn't turn out so well, so yeah. So lesson learned. Don't overdo the bloody salt. Just a pinch of salt. Yeah, and also you can't even see the spots. You kind of have to squint at it, but yeah. You kind of gets covered up by the shadow, so yeah. This one I did try something different. Did a whole different color for the fin. I'm trying to know what you call that. Anyways, doesn't matter. You see what I mean. And it looks okay. I might try this again in the future. Make my drawings a bit more complicated. Background, I just threw a bunch of random stuff together, as you can see. And I like it. I feel like I could have done a bit more. I feel like it's too simple, but yeah. Now, the last one. The Arthroplora. Arthroplora lived during the Carnivorous period, and yeah, I kind of just did something simple. Didn't really want to do anything complicated. So I just, took my old design, did it again, improved on the shading. The only difference is I did like a solid yellow streak, which kind of got blended in with the green a bit, but yeah. I might try that again with my other drawings, paintings, but yeah, you get the idea. Brought back the rubber print, which I did modify it a bit, which you could see if I wasn't using acrylic paint, which dries very fast. Here's why the print looks kind of like shit, so yeah. And that is all the paintings I have done in this month, so yeah. Well, that's everything, so thank you for watching till the end, and have a great rest of your day.